Hi, my name's Rebecca, I'm 28 and I live in Newcastle and you are reporting for Beauty Duty. So I say this every time, but an exciting video for you guys. I'm testing out a indie brand palette today. So it's the Rose Metal palette by Lois Cosmetics. So here she is. She did come with a sleeve, which is this here, just the same as the palette. And this is what she looks like inside. Comes with a nice mirror. And as you probably know from me by now, this is really up my street colour story wise. You've got some purples, got some neutrals, got colours you can sort of darken up a look with. Just really nice. As you can see here, I came out with a really nice look. If you want to see how that went, keep on watching. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but I am going to swatch the palette for you. So I have used it now. Going in with I'm gonna swatch like this because I'm not gonna keep holding up the palette. So first, swatching, I've got an absolute mess in front of me as always. Let's do it on the back of my arm. Self Love, which is a metallic. I've just done that over a bone. How has someone that's so fleshy managed to swatch over a bone? So there it is. It is a pink to gold duochrome. Really, really nice. Just realised I have nothing to wipe my swatches off onto. Just going to grab a little wipe out. Well done, Rebecca. I try, but I'm just not a very organised person. Then going into Fall For You, which is another pass, which is a very sort of purpley toned matte. Then going into a neutral in the shade One and Only, which is sort of probably won't be able to see that well on my skin tone, but has sort of a peachy tone to it. Then going into Chivalry, which is a sort of orangey warm toned brown. It'd be helpful if I held my arm up so you could see me swatch it. So that's those there. Then going into Evelyn or Evelyn, which is another metallic, which is sort of a peachy. Oof, that looks wet, doesn't it? It's absolutely stunning. And just realised I should have put that in my inner corner. Let's quickly do that now. There we go. There we go. And then going into Cherish, which is sort of a mauvey nude shade. There we go. Then going into Rose Metal, which is the name of the palette, which is another metallic. Then going into the shade Date Night, which is my finger was a bit wet there, which is a pink. Let's try that again. So that's the first two rows swatched for you there. Stop focusing on my face, please. There we go. Just going to wipe those off. Okay, so last row, the bottom row, starting with the dark brown, which is the shade Devotion. Oh, my arm's a bit wet, so don't want it to skip. There we go. Then going into the shade, which is a metallic in Hopeless Romantic. Oh, look at that. Look at that bad boy. Absolutely stunning. Then going into the shade Best Friend. Be helpful if I actually held my sausage arm up. There we go. Then going into the black, which is called Bitter Sweet. Which is all that there. So that's the bottom row. Look at those metallics. That's the bottom row swatch there for you. Not bad swatches for me, considering I am absolutely horrendous at swatching. Anyway, thank you very much for watching my video, and let's get into the eye look. I'll see you shortly. Hi, well, so I have my base on, brows on, and my eyes are primed. I've been priming with Perfect Prime by Be Cosmetics. No, Be Perfect Cosmetics even. I've used it once and I really liked it, so I'm giving it another go. So, as I've already said, testing out the Lois Cosmetics Rose Metal palette. I'm hoping that I would have done swatches during my introduction. So that's the palette there. Very, very much my sort of colour scheme. I love pinks, I love neutrals as well. So I'm really, really excited to give this a go. The shipping on this was incredible. The customer service has been really good. I know some of my friends have tried them out. Like my good friend Teresa has done reviews on this, and they have another palette called Gone Rogue. And she's done reviews on both of these, so I'll leave them down below. I am like thinking like maybe I'll get the Gone Rogue palette when you know, once I've seen how I like this. And she really has liked both of the palettes, so I'm thinking that I will really like them as well. So without any further chit chat, I'm going to get into the video. Well, get into the eye look. What are we going to do? I mean, it wouldn't be me if I didn't go for the purple, would it? So I'm going to go in first with the shade here, which is the shade Fall For You. And I'm taking that on just my normal BH Cosmetics number 21 from the set that, as I've said a couple of times before, that I don't think it's sold anymore because I can't see it on Beauty Bay. I'm just going to scooch in a little bit closer so that you can see me a little better. Okie dokie. Ooh. So, just taking it on this brush. This does crease a bit, but I loved how the shadows performed on top of it when I used the Clientele palette. Oof, this is a beautiful colour. Got a really nice amount of pigment to it there. So just as always, I am sketching out my shape, a little bit of kick up, but nothing to write home about. So sketching out my shape. It's not going to be anything too, you know, dramatic, nothing too crazy. It's just a sort of first impression of this palette. I have used my P. Louise base now. I've used it once on a look that I did on Instagram using my Sunrise palette by Natasha Denona. So do go check that out on my Instagram. I'll leave all those details somewhere, probably towards the end. And I'm really happy with how that look came out. I did a sort of halo eye for that. This is a beautiful shade. I love a berry colour. I love purple, as I've said before. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take the same brush, use the same brush to, oof, this blends very nicely. Almost don't really need to do much blending. It went on just that nice. Oh yeah, it really did go on nicely. It's a blenderoo. Filming late at night, but what is new for me? That colour is just really beautiful. So I'm going to take my big Morphe E23 brush here, so just a big fluffy blender, and I'm just going to blend that out. I mean, this palette, considering that it is what I consider to be extremely affordable, look how well that is blended with like literally minimal effort. Wow. I am shook. I am really shook at how well that is blended out. Wow, that is gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, I might as well call this the purple channel, because when you see the next palettes that I'm going to be using, they're purple palettes. Sorry, not sorry. And I'm going to go in with the shade Date Night, which is that lovely sort of peachy pink there. And I'm taking that on my Morphe X Jeffree Star JS5. So my friend Teresa actually got featured on Lois Cosmetics Instagram page and on their website. She does really thorough reviews. She has just a really good channel. I've mentioned her before. She's the lovely woman that bought me the Nabla Cosmetics palette. And yeah, so please do check her out. I'll link both of her Lois Cosmetics videos below, because I'm sure she's being more sort of thorough than I am. That is just blended out. I have some like expensive stuff that I have to work harder for. Just saying. Wow. Indie brands, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They really do. And then I'm going to go into the shade, oh, don't want to use the black or the brown. I think I'll use the brown. Going in the shade here, which is a really dark chocolate brown, which is Devotion. And I'm going to take that on a Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH40, which is just that one there. Really sort of tapered brush. And I'm just going to, ooh, that packs a nice bit of pigment to it as well. Wiggle this round in my crease and give me a bit of definition up in here. So my friend Mary, MQP, Mary Queen of Purple, she won a giveaway on their Instagram, and she's used the Gone Rogue as well in some looks, and that does look beautiful. I bought this one first because it's like definitely such a me palette. And you know, just my sort of perfect colour scheme where I could take this on holiday and it would work with like my clothes, sort of clothes that I wear. I can do neutrals, pinks and purples, which is really my, well, purple is really my sort of, it's my jam. What can I say? This is just effortless. That's how I would just describe this, is literally effortless. I always do makeup looks quicker when my base is on first anyway, but this is just, it's just going to be like the quickest eyeshadow look I've ever done. Going back into the shade Fall for You just here, which is the darkest sort of purpley tone in the palette, and just wiggling around the edge of the dark brown that I've just added. I've just gone back in with a bit of Devotion, and I am just smoking the look out even more. I have no fallout on my face at all. Nope. That's always nice. To be honest, fallout isn't the be all and end all because I can, you know, fix that quite easily. And then just going back in with the same brush. I haven't added any more of Fall For You back on there. And I'm just blending that a bit more. Just going to add a little bit more on this eye because it's not quite as, I haven't added, don't have the same depth. The shipping was super quick. I'm just going back in with Date Night again, which was the sort of lighter pink just there. The shipping was really quick as well, which I am not mad about at all. I've actually had this for a couple of weeks, and sometimes the more excited I am about the palette, the longer I take to use it, to sort of almost build up my excitement about using it, which seems really strange, but you know, I can really exercise some self-control. I wanted to give it the attention that it deserved. I wanted to give it its own video as well. Lois! This is nice, Lois! Just come a bit forward so you can see. Oh yeah, really happy with how that looks. So I'm going to cut my crease and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I've cut my crease. I did add a bit of black to the outer corner as well. It was an accident. I'd meant to go in with the dark brown, but I just went for it. So I just cut it with my Be Perfect primer again. I haven't laid any glitter glue down this time because these are definitely like metallics rather than, you know. So I think I'm going to start with Rose Metal, which is this one here, and sort of work my way in and use a few colours. I'm just going in with this on one of my Acid Rain brushes by P. Louise. Ooh, this feels really, this looks nice. So again, I'll just scooch myself forward. Wow. Wow, that's gone on really well. This is dry, I've not wet the brush or anything. Ooh, this is just really nice. You don't need to wet the brush with this at all. Oh, wow, it's like a ribenery. It's just really gorgeous. Then I'm going in with the shade Hopeless Romantic. I'm just going to wipe my brush off a little bit. Picks up really nicely on the brush. And just tap it. Wow, these are like so foiled. I don't know what they like feel like to touch because I haven't touched them or swatched them or anything. But even just tapping my brush into the pan, I can tell that they're gonna feel like probably wet, really buttery. And that, like, so a good shimmer, it's fine if that feels a bit drier and is a little crumbly per se, but a good metallic should feel wet in the pan. It shouldn't crumble, like none of these had crumbled, and that's a sign of a good metallic. So I'm just going to wipe off my brush again. And go into the shade Self Love, which looks like a duochrome, just that one there. And take that even further. Woof, that is definitely a duochrome. Probably won't pick up on camera, but which is a shame because it is stunning. Stunning, as Manny MUA would say. Wow. This is the quickest eye look I have done in the longest time. I'm just going to grab this shimmer. I'm just going to turn my brush over for this. I took in the middle, which is the Hopeless Romantic. I'm just going to tap between the two a bit, just make sure they're all, ooh, accident into the crease there. Oh well, I can fix that. Tap that between the one that I just laid down. And then go back into Rose Mess, which was the darkest one that I used, and just finesse that again into the outer corner. This is like high-end quality, for sure, for sure, for sure. So I'm just going back in with my Morphe Jaclyn Hill, this little pointy thing here, and I'm just going to take Fall For You, which was the darkest purpley sort of matte, which is that one there, and because I just made a tiny mistake, actually I'm going to tap into the black and Devotion as well, and just skate round the cut crease. Because this is really nicely tapered, you can sort of skate around a cut crease with it without sort of disturbing the cut crease too much, but then you're also not going to have a harsh line either, because it does go out to be, you know, have a bit of fluffiness to it. Then I'm just going to tap into between Bittersweet, which is the black, and Devotion, which is the dark brown, just into the inner corner, just to make sure that I have a nice blend between the metallics and the mattes going on. So there's the look as it stands. I just really love it. Nothing too complicated at all, but you know. So what I'm going to do, I actually always forget under eye first before I pop off camera to do anything else. So I'm just going to wipe off the Jaclyn Hill brush I was using, and I'm going to run a bit of the shade Fall For You, which is just that one there. I'm going to run a little bit of that under eye. Actually, am I? I'm going to go in with Devotion first, which is the dark brown, and run that really close to the lash line. So that's that, and then I'm going in with Fall For You, which is the darkest sort of purpley matte, back on my BH brush. Take my Jeffree Star brush, the JS5, and go back into Date Night, which is the pink, which is just that one there. On the under eye. And then what I'm going to do is on my ginormous fluffy Morphe brush is I'm going to take Cherish, which is that sort of mauvey sort of transition shade. And I'm just going to fluff around the eyes with this. Sort of pull it all together, Don't really want to add necessarily much pigment at all, but I just want to make sure that we have everything as blended as it possibly can be. Alrighty then. I'm so happy with how this has came out. I'm going to pop off camera and I am going to do some liner and lashes, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So I've popped my lip on and some liner and lashes. Just used a bit of pink in the waterline, a bit of black liner, and popped just some cheap Amazon lashes on, but I'll link them down below. And in keeping with trying to, you know, indie brand it up a bit, I've got an OPV lipstick on, but then, because I'm a bougie hoe, added, sorry Dad, added a bit of Charlotte Tilbury gloss just in the middle because, yeah. Safe to say, I really, really, really like this palette. Blended out amazing. It was effortless, literally effortless. Normally when I'd be just sketching my shape out, it was already blending. So minimal blending was required. I already had my base on and I've got no fallout. The metallics went on beautifully without needing to wet them. No glitter glue went down, nothing. This palette is the reason why you support indie brands. Because when they get things right, they get things right. Good service, good shipping time, good price, you know. She's a lovely Instagram, I'll link that and her shop down below. Just sounds like it's run by a really lovely person from what I've heard, and I'm thinking that I probably will end up buying the other palette that she has, because why not, when this one has been such excellent quality and the other one has a really, really super colourful colour story and will be really fun to play with. So I did want to get just one, see how it sort of worked, and it's worked like this. And I'm not sorry I bought it in the slightest. So let me know your thoughts down below. Do you want to see me do more looks with it? I could do, you know, something really pink, something super neutral, you know, this brown smoky eye, a black smoky eye. I only used 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I didn't do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Used 8 shades, which is not bad for me for a £12, just doing a quick count, £12 eyeshadow palette. But let me know what you thought of the look down below. Thank you very much again for joining me on my channel. I'm absolutely loving doing these videos. Thank you very much for your feedback. It's been great. Do go follow me on Instagram because I do more looks over there, and I'll leave my Instagram just here for you. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you're notified the next time that I upload. Give me a like if you enjoyed the video and leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!